Thank you for landing on Planet Xbox, and you are now rocking with your host, KOR Straight Murder. And today I'm going XboxMAD with Hookson from XboxMAD.net. How are you doing today, Hook?
I'm great, thanks. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome, man.
Excellent.
And if the fans want to follow XboxMAD or Hookson on Twitter, follow them at XboxMAD.net, and that's spelled XboxMADDOTNET. So it's not like the traditional, you type in the URL XboxMAD.net, you actually have to spell it all the way out. And if you want to follow my good man Hookson, just follow him at HOOKSAN, Hookson. So, before I get into some of the few questions that we want to ask you, how was the weather over there in the UK?
It's actually surprisingly hot. It's one of the few times we aren't having rain, which is a really nice change
That's
for us.
awesome. I know. I'm over here in the States in Florida, and it's always hot for me. So I can understand how the weather would affect you guys over there. So, I want to get into what is XboxMAD, and how did you guys come up with such a great Xbox news site for us fans?
Well, XboxMAD actually started almost as a blog. We're even surprised ourselves how quickly we've managed to take off, because what we began with was just your bog standard website.
Right.
A bunch of super fans got together. All of us are hence the name. All of us really are Xbox mad. It's
Right.
crazy.
Right.
And we just started writing our own things. A few bits and bobs, our opinions on what Phil Spencer's done or how we feel EA's gone in the last 20 years. Just the sort of stuff that you find interesting. And we got picked up. We got noticed by people like AC Bongos, which is our UK equivalent of Larry Hireb, Major Nelson.
Okay.
And that got us a few ins, and we suddenly found we were able to, although we weren't getting paid or anything, we've all got our full day jobs at the time, and we didn't know that it was going to take off so much, but we were just happy to be writing. And everyone was willing to just scour the internet. I managed the content, so I was finding stories and handing them out. And we were very lucky. A few people that were doing good videos, they got involved with us as well. And all of a sudden, we've just got this news site that's dropping, 6 to 8 stories a day. It's getting 20,000 unique hits, and trust us, it's surprised us as much as anyone. But it's going great at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's an awesome site, man. I've been there. I love the setup of it. The way it's designed is very upfront. You can see exactly what you want to see. The features, the writing is excellent. And what's really great about it is that fans who go there, and fans, you should go there. You don't get the fanboy fluff. You don't get the trolls harassing you and things like that. It's just great news that you can find out about what's happening with your console of choice and all the news that you enjoy all in one spot without worrying about somebody trying to downgrade, the things that you just read that's interesting.
Thanks. Yeah. I mean, we the trolls, it's interesting you pick that up. That's a really big deal for us. We make sure that there's none of that.
Right.
We want a place where Xbox fans, because there's so much negativity on the internet. My
Yes.
God, it's never seen anything like this before.
Oh no, forget it, man. This generation is just I won't say that it's different from the others, but I think because of the internet and because you have access to so many things all at once that everybody can just get information immediately and just go on a rampage and everybody will hear it, because you have so many social media websites and things like that. So yeah, it's tough trying to build something for the fans and then have someone come in and disturb that after you work so hard to get it going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one criticism someone actually leveled at us early on, which is funny, they were a Sony fan, fair enough. They turned around and said to us, "We think you guys are terrible. You must be fanboys. You never mentioned PS4." And we said, "Well, hold on a minute. Yeah, exactly. We said, wait, that's what we do because we're an Xbox site.
Right.
If someone wants to set up a PlayStation Mad, go for it. That would be great. But we are Xbox Mad." And the reason we don't mention PlayStation is because we don't want to do down PlayStation.
Right.
We just want to big up the Xbox.
Exactly. And it's funny because when we do the TiC podcast, that's exactly our same thinking. We're all fans of gaming. That's without question. But, we like our Xbox, and we don't want to sit it there and try to rip other consoles. We just want to big up our console of choice, the ones that we favor the most. So I love I love you know, the direction that XboxMAD is going, and I'm hoping that it becomes one of the bigger sites and one of the most prominent sites out there compared to something like an IGN, you know, or a GameBolt or GameSpot or something like that.
The funny thing is, when we looked at all of those, there's two directions we chose to take, and it was deliberately based on, I can't name names, I suppose, but there's certain other big sites. And the two directions we took, which is all you've already mentioned, no fanboys, no anti stuff, it's only pro stuff.
Right.
And the second one was, we aren't going to pander. We are very lucky that at the moment we're being sent a lot of review copies of games, and we're getting all that sort of stuff. But we would rather review a game 2 weeks late than kiss the backside of someone who to get it sent to us early, you know?
That's right, and I respect that. I respect that a lot because I feel the same exact way. You know, if you earn it, you earned it on your own merit, and that's what's most important, you know?
And the feedback has been shockingly good. I personally reviewed Sniper Elite 3, and I enjoyed it, but I was quite critical of it. There's bad AI elements in it. I don't know if you've played it, but there's some problems with it. And so I gave it a half-decent score, and I said, there's some awesome elements of this, but there's some bits that really need improvement. Actually got I thought I'd been a bit harsh, got an email back from the developers who said, thanks for the review, really fair, we liked it, we'll work on those bits you mentioned.
Wow.
So actually, if you do it right, these people, they're not the monsters that you think they are. I mean, maybe one or two are, I don't know. But
right. Well, look, I mean, listen, when you want to review something, obviously, if all devs could have it their way, they would want, you know, 100% positive reviews, but it doesn't work that way. You know, every game isn't perfect. So, you know, when you criticize a game, you know, it's important to be as truthful and honest as possible. You know, if the game is a good game, it will be shown on its own merit. And if it's a bad game, you know, you'll know it's a bad game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's great that you review games the way you do, and I plan on doing the same thing.
Look forward to it.
So, what do you guys think Microsoft will show at Gamescom this year?
We're getting it's just like E3 all over again, isn't it? The rumors are starting. It's all kicking up. It's very exciting. It's a great time. I love it, but it depends how crazy you want to go. My personal opinion, I'm staying a bit safe, and I think what we're going to see is going to be directly related to the Japanese and Chinese launches that are coming up.
Really?
Yeah, because if you read between the lines, I've been doing a lot of the correspondence on all the Japanese and Chinese launches. I've really been reviewing all of that. And they've got 14 developers lined up for the Chinese and Japanese markets to do new games. Now, one thing Microsoft has never touched before, and we all know how the 360 went in the Land of the Rising Sun, they've never touched JRPGs and J games generally. And this time we're getting them.
Yes, we are.
I mean, you've seen Scalebound?
I've seen Scalebound. Looks amazing. I'm very interested in that one, and it looks crazy. They just had a new game circulating around the net from the developer named Mercury, and it's I've seen a female running around with dual guns and a sword in like this open world setting. I don't remember the name of it in particular, but it's definitely I think one of the China launch games, along with the announcement of Neverwinter.
Neverwinter, yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons game coming out in China also, which is a free-to-play MMO that's supposed to be coming stateside later next year. So I look forward to it because myself, I'm a big Japanese RPG guy. So on 360, I mean, if you named it, I had it. You know, from Tales of Vesperia to Lost Odyssey to Blue Dragon. You know, so I'm looking forward to what Microsoft has coming this year, or shall I say, in the future, when it comes to games from the Land of the Sun in China and things like that.
And you've got to look at it. It's going crazy. They've really. I mean, there was a hard lesson to learn with the 360 launch. I mean, ouch.
Right.
In Japan, it died.
Right.
But they've really learned from that. We're getting Metal Gear Solid on Xbox. Right. Who would have ever thought that? We're getting Final Fantasy. This is crazy. The amount they've paid attention.
Yeah, you know, I have to admit, I think one of the things that kind of held me off from getting PlayStation, and this is the God honest truth, I think it's because of those games being multi-platform now. You know, those were games that were exclusive to Sony that made me want to go out and buy the system. If Kingdom Hearts, Metal Gear, and Final Fantasy had only been on a PlayStation, I probably would have a PlayStation right now as well. But because they're coming to the Xbox One, I'm not in such a dire rush to grab one. You know, I'm still waiting for that big exclusive RPG to come out so I can pick one up. But man, those type of games just bolsters the system itself, especially for all the exclusive that they already have.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a new direction. And if I'm going to be conservative in my guesses, that's where Gamescom, the big announcements are going to be.
Right.
Because we're going to be seeing a lot of titles that they can announce here for both the European and the US markets, as well as they're going to be launches in Japan and China.
Right.
And it's the perfect platform to get the excitement going.
Right. I thought they may have maybe held back for TGS, being that TGS is later on in the year. But, I mean, that does make sense. I figured that they would do more of their Euro studios like Lionhead and the guys who do Quantum Break, Remedy. So, yeah, I thought they would show something. I know that Lionhead had other projects, and LXP is supposed to be working on that game, Eden Falls. I was hoping that we may see something from that, but who knows? I like the direction that you're saying more than the direction that I'm saying. So hopefully.
Well, if I wanted to really take it a million miles, I'd say that TGS is going to be more about all the different hardware and things, because or firmware even. They've got a lot of apps, a lot of programs and subscription ideas going on in China and Japan, especially China, that we just have never seen the likes of over here.
Right.
They've got some crazy ideas, like they're bundling it with broadband.
What?
And they're doing a subscription payment for the console instead of a full payment.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
So I think maybe they'll be keeping some of that back. That's where they're going to... I think that might be the announcements later on.
Okay. I got you.
But if you want to go crazy, there of course are some other suggestions circulating at the moment.
Okay, what are the surprises? You sound like you know something. You got?
I don't know anything. I'm hearing random things. I can't say any of my sources are remotely reliable, so don't quote me.
Okay.
But we've got one of the fairly firm ones, but I don't know it'll be announced at Gamescom. It might not be the right place.
Okay.
Is the Microsoft Watch that's coming maybe as soon as October?
Right. The Microsoft Watch. I did hear about that.
And that's got all sorts going on in it. Everything. I mean, they've just decided that they are completely harmonizing all the different platforms now. So your Windows Phone, your Windows 8, and your Xbox, all the apps are going to be harmonized. Mm-hmm. And then that's going to carry over to the Watch, and the Watch is going to be able to control them all.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And then it's also going to do all the stuff that all the watches are apparently going to be doing, like monitoring your blood glucose and UV levels and all amazing stuff.
That's crazy, man. Technology has come so far, man. It's amazing how fast things are moving.
Crazy. And then one incredible long shot. I wouldn't put money on this one. Okay. But there is a suggestion that there is an AR headset coming.
Right. The augmented reality thing that they're talking about. Yeah. Oh man, I would love to see that. I would love to see something like that.
Patents are coming out harder and harder. They've bought more tech. It looks like they're definitely moving on this at the moment. I would love it. I've got to say, I think that the problem you have with that sort of technology is it needs widespread support. And it's why all stuff in previous years has never really worked as well as it should have done.
Right.
But I would like to see it work. I would like to see it with full support. And I think if Microsoft choose to go down that route, they won't do it unless they know they've got quite a lot of software support to back it up.
Right. Well, we got a second guest now, I think from XboxMAD. We just brought in Liam Pond. What's going on, Liam? How you feeling?
I'm okay, man. You okay?
I'm good, man. I'm hanging in there, just enjoying this great conversation with your boy Hook. I just finished asking him about Gamescom and if he, knew if there were any surprises that were going to be shown there. And surprisingly, he caught me off guard by saying that a lot of the games that may be shown possibly are the games from China and Japan. What are your thoughts on that?
I think we will see a couple of titles, especially the ones that have been announced for Japan. Things like Dynasty Warriors and obviously Neverwinter is another one, which is an MMO that's already been announced for China. Generally, Xbox at Gamescom don't announce new stuff. They generally just talk about the games that are already out. But there has been a video released today for Xbox, what they're going to do at Gamescom, and they have promised that there will be some new announcements, so it will be interesting to see what they've got to bring to the table there.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for it, man. I really hope that they show me something new. Like, I'm dying for Lionhead to do something other than Fable. I really hope they could do something other than Fable, whether it's Project Dimitri or LXP with Eden Falls or whatever it is. I just hope that they show us something new and surprising, and I think that would be really awesome.
To be controversial for a second, though, don't you think the Lionhead have become the studio of big promises and not necessarily following them through?
I think I don't want to put it all on Peter Molyneux, but I think that it was more of his direction, because look, you got the new Fable Legends coming out, and we haven't heard anything promised or anything major coming from the studio. I mean, in my opinion, I just think it's Fable mixed with Evolve in a Rita style game, except your enemy is, you know, another human controlled person that strategically places enemies and traps on the map and tries to stop you from, you know, finishing the course or the arena. Now,
did you ever play Dungeon Keeper?
I did not.
Because I think there's an element of that coming into it, because that was playing as the enemy, and although it was AI, your base was getting attacked, and you had to put down the defenses, place your traps and your soldiers and all that sort of thing. Very similar.
That's what's up. I mean, I'm hoping that it turns out really well, because I'm a big Fable guy. I liked Fable 2. It was my favorite Fable out of the 3, and I'm hoping that Legends will, you know, I guess you could say revive the franchise, because I feel like it can be one of Microsoft's staples, like a Gears or a Halo or a Forza, but it's kind of like an up and down franchise, almost like Crackdown was with the first and the second. So, you know, hopefully that Fable Legends revives it and it becomes a legend in itself. So what do fans have to do to get in contact with XboxMAD, you know, to have their questions heard and asked by you guys at Gamescom?
On our glorious leader, Liam, I'll let you have that
one. Obviously, we've got our Twitter handle, which they can tweet directly to us too, or there's the forums that are on XboxMAD.net. They can either get on there and just send a few questions that we will set up a lobby for that, for them to just write down the questions in there, or if they want, they can visit us Facebook group. We've also got a Facebook for XboxMAD on Facebook, so they can always send the questions via that. Or even if they want to, if they're not a social media mogul or anything like that, they can always hit up my gamer tag, which is XboxMAD UK, and just send me a message on Xbox Live, and I will pass that on to Jez to hopefully be able to take it to Gamescom with him.
Awesome. And Jez is promising he's going to be incredibly fan-focused on this. The whole reason he wants to go to Gamescom is to present a face for us and our readers and viewers to be able to have a voice at Gamescom, so people can feel a bit more like, if they couldn't get there themselves, they can at least be getting involved, direct where he wants to go, who he wants to talk to, that sort of thing.
You hear that, guys? XboxMAD.net is for fans by fans. They are the voice of the fans, just like TiC Podcast. I love this combination. It's an amazing combination, man. You can't beat that 1-2 punch of TiC Podcast and XboxMAD. You guys should definitely hit up the website, sign up, enjoy the great news on it. It's a great website to go to.
I mean, that's the thing about obviously Xbox as a whole, the community, everything with Xbox Live. For us two guys to come together and do something like this, I mean, we're just fans. We're fans of Xbox,
exactly,
like anybody else. But to be able to actually be put into a position where we can do this is obviously great for us, and it's great for the Xbox community to be able to, you know, pitch in any way they can. So
awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to the big question, which is what you guys really need to answer for the fans. How and where can fans help you and donate to your cause to get you guys to Gamescom?
Well, we've got a Kickstarter site. Yeah, I'll grab this one. What we've had to do is, in order for Jez to be able to get over there, get his flights, get his accommodation, time off, and all that sort of thing, we've set up a Kickstarter. And if anyone can help out in any small way, it would be absolutely amazing. The URL is kickstarter.com/projects/MSFTY, and then it's send-XboxMAD- to Gamescom.
Okay,
Or you could just Google XboxMAD and Kickstarter, and you'll probably find us much easier that way.
Right.
Yeah, we're just, anything, $1, a pound, 50p. We're not looking for people to make a big thing here, but if you feel like you would get value from us being there, we'd appreciate you helping us to get there. So, because we're going there to represent other people. We're not having a jolly. We're not going out there just for a bit of a holiday. We want to really give back to the fans as much as we can. And we've got levels, we've got some merchandise and stuff, some T-shirts and caps. So depending on the level that people would be prepared to give, there are ways to get stuff back. They like that sort of thing.
Right. Man, that's awesome. Listen, fans. I mean, these guys are genuine. They're not some corporate puppets out there just trying to go along with the agenda. These guys need your support and your help to get to Gamescom so they can ask questions for us, the fans, the ones that actually want to know what's happening with Xbox and where Xbox is heading in the future. Because as bright as we all believe it is, unless we get answers, we will never know. And they're going to do that for us. So help them out, support them, and definitely go to the website if you have questions. Hit up the forums, ask them, or definitely hit them up on Twitter. And they will try to get your questions answered as best as they possibly can. So guys, I just want to say I appreciate you coming out to the TiC podcast. I'm glad that I can help in any kind of way. Do you guys have any last things you would like to say before we head out of here? Let's start with Hookson.
I'd just like to thank you for giving us this opportunity. It's been great to chat to you, and just to say to all your listeners, all your fans, thanks for the support. Please come along and check us out, and we're here to leave comments and chat with you on the site. We're very active in that. We're willing to take direction if there's anything you guys want to know, want us to look into. But we'd like to interact. That's what it's about for us.
Awesome. Liam?
Again, I'd like to thank obviously you guys over at TiC Podcast for giving us this opportunity to come on and just basically let your fans know basically what we're trying to do. I think one thing that we can take from this is how strong the Xbox community is. Mm-hmm. And that's the main reason why I started the site, for guys like yourselves, for your fans, for our fans. Correct. Just to all get together, because the community is strong, and that's what is one of the main draws, for me anyway, for Xbox gaming. Right. So I'd just like to thank everybody for the support, and I hope we can represent them as well as they've supported us.
Oh, I have no worries about that, man. I'm confident in you guys and what you're going to do. And I really appreciate you guys coming on. And hopefully the fans will get out there and support you. You guys have my support. And once again, thank you for stopping by TiC Podcast. So that's it. That's it, guys. Check us out next week. We're going to have a roundtable event for Gamescom, obviously. I'm going to try to get a few other experienced podcasters on and try to give you a great show, and hopefully you guys show up and listen, and we'll have some great stuff for you. All right, we're off this planet. Peace.